Hey guys.
Wait,
What was that? Were you waiting for me to start it?
I thought you said you had
say...
it.
No, I did not.
Okay, fine.
Hey guys, welcome back to Spit Talk.
Welcome back to
That was
Spit
my
Talk.
intent.
My name is Jan.
My name is
Jan.
And I'm Kyle.
Aaron.
That
Well, that was a dud. But anyways, hey, thank you for listening again. This is another.
welcome back.
And no, welcome back. It's been a week since the last one.
No, I guess so. But like, how's everyone? Because I've been on a movie hype lately. Have you guys been on a movie hype?
No,
I've been watching movies
unfortunately.
here and there.
No, yeah. I checked your letterbox. I was like, hey, dude, this guy watched a lot.
Oh, fuck, you guys have Letterboxd?
Dang, yeah, get
I'm-
on that.
It's funny you brought that up because I literally just like did it today, and I was like, let me just check it. And I was like, I did watch this. I watched this, and I was like, I might as well. So
Yeah. So like, what was so surprising since the last time we met? Like, again, I was on a movie run.
yeah.
I watched the Terrifier. Have you guys been watching the Terrifier?
Oh yes, I
Mm-mm.
watched the first one.
So I saw that. I saw
You
that
saw
on your
mine.
letterbox. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shoot, dude! Someone watched the Terrifier.
How was
Yeah.
that?
It's like on the like low budget gore. It's like a bad movie that's good area.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like a
it's one of
B-movie?
those.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
you
the
should
thing is,
watch
it's
it.
like
It's on Amazon.
the thing is like the
Prime.
new one. The new one came out, right? The third one. So like, there's like a lot of hype around it.
Because
Yeah.
it's in theaters, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
theaters. Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to watch it like from the beginning. So
Yeah, but I still like a quick review. Like if I had to choose a 3, it's still the second one.
you
Like,
still
I like
okay?
the
I haven't.
second
I have
Terrifier.
not watched the second one yet, and I need to. I've been taking it like every like weekend, just like maybe like one every weekend. So
Yeah.
So,
I
would you
try.
watch Joker 2 or Terrifier 3?
No. Yeah, I would go Terrifier 3.
Damn.
The clown of the clown of the year this year.
Damn.
That's what's crazy is like Halloween comes up and it's like everyone's already like
Art the clown.
yeah. But,
The clown.
but honestly, like his character, great. Like for
I've
like,
just
the
seen
movie
memes
is.
of it. Yeah, I've seen memes
Yeah.
of it.
So I
Just
liked it.
watch the first one and you'll see how bad it is. But like you'll
But
get
it's so fun to
invested.
it's so fun to watch because
I
it's like
know.
actually like and this is kind of like what I've noticed recently too, and the things I've been watching. I've been on like a horror kick, so then I also watched like Substance, and I saw that
Mm.
trending, and then I was like, this, and it's kind of like a very horror-esque, but then like the use of like old prosthetics and whatnot, like it was really nice to see again.
Who's in that one again?
It's what's her name? Let me look it up. I forgot.
Well,
The Substance.
Kyle talks about that. I was on a horror thing, and you're the one who showed me the Anna Kendrick joint, the one that she directed.
Oh, I just
Women
watched that
of the
too.
Hour.
Woman of
Yeah,
the
is
see?
Hour.
it
So
good?
that one
Is
was
it good?
freaking solid, dude.
That one's pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm,
For
I'll add that to
yeah,
the
it's
list.
For her
directorial
directorial review.
debut. Yeah, it was pretty good. I watched that one. I've been more of a TV show kick lately. I've kind
Yeah,
of been
Penguin
watching-
ended, right?
I have not caught up
No.
with Penny.
Is
Is
it
I'm
on
so
final
mad.
season?
Should I wait?
Not yet. You should.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
thought it
dude,
ended.
honestly, you could catch them now. I think you'll be good. You'd
I
be
know.
fine.
I've just been lazy.
By the time we're recording this, I think there's only like,
2 more.
yeah, I think
Or is
just
it
about.
six or no, 8 episodes.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's going good right now. I think there's a bit of a twist with a certain character that is pretty. It's really interesting. Like like I think you just need to watch it. The best thing about it is that I could tell you guys is it's like, how like some of these stories or shows or movies or whatever that make like the bad guy like sympathetic, or like you try to they try to make you empathize with him because he's the main character now. No, with the Penguin, he's still a shithead. He's still a kind of dude. You still get that sense that he's a prick, which is cool. And but the thing is, obviously you like it because it's Colin Farrell. So, yeah. But I think you would really like it and dig it.
I heard episode 4 was fantastic. Or
Yeah,
something.
I
saw
think-
they were like, oh, this is the top rated movie episode of like
Yeah.
all time, and I was like, this is really. But I wouldn't like not doubt it.
I think that's the one with the twist that I might be thinking of.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah. After I
I'll
saw
for
that,
sure
I was
give
like,
it a
okay,
try.
I guess I
once
gotta
I'm
binge
done.
it.
Yeah. And then I've been watching Only Murders in the Building. Finally,
Really?
catching up to that one. Yeah, it's
I'll wait
good.
till the end. I'm waiting till the end.
No,
And then
honestly, weirdly enough, this one actually isn't that bad watching it weekly. Like, I mean, I caught up to the last two. Like I binged like the first 7 or whatever, and then now it's weekly. And it's been pretty good. I like the story. Again, don't know where it's going. Well, I do know where it's going now, at least, because it's I'm only in the last episode. But yeah, that one I've been watching.
I need to watch Wild Robot and Transformers.
Oh yeah, I watched
No,
Wild Robot.
Wild Robot.
I told Jan that too. I was like, okay, shoot, I finally can watch Wild Robot. I see where it's coming from, but I do love How to Train Your Dragon over this one. But I did tell them there might be a sequel to this one. I feel like because there's like 2 or 3 other books.
If it made money though, man, it needs to make money.
It's
I
not.
think it did though. I think it probably did. I actually haven't checked, but yeah.
I say the power of TikTok. I'm gonna stick to the answer. The power of TikTok, man. That's how it got me to watch Wild Robot and Jan.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't watched much lately. I know there's We Live in Time came out. Venom came out. Smile 2 came out. Fucking Saturday Night came out. A bunch of these other movies came out that I was planning to watch. I never got to watch yet. So
Can you guys watch Silo? Because season 2 is coming out.
No, I gotta subscribe again.
SMH.
Yeah, okay. I'll watch it. Yeah, if I
Severance.
once I subscribe again for Severance, sure.
That's why I was like, I might as well. Like,
I'll watch it.
That
Because
or
I need to watch that.
You need to watch Shrinking. Shrinking's coming back. Bro.
Yeah, Shrinking season 2.
It's November,
watch-
right? Or
Shrinking's already back.
Oh yeah, see, so you should subscribe or
Yeah, I
subscribe
know.
again.
just do it. Just do it.
I'll probably do it. Yeah, I'll probably just do it.
Fuck. Peer pressure.
Hey,
Peer
Ted
pressure.
Lasso season 4. No, I was kidding.
Nah, no Jamie Tart. I'm sad.
No Jamie Tart. Speaking of Tart, I'm just kidding. That doesn't make sense. Speaking of Joaquin
That was
Phoenix.
horrible.
I know it
transition.
was, but we okay. So we had last week we talked about a horrible. Wait, maybe not. Well, yeah. Sorry, it was a pretty bad
Be nice.
Joaquin Phoenix film. So it's really refreshing that we're gonna talk about a good one this week with Gladiator, just in time for the release of the second Gladiator coming out this week. So we all watched it, starring Russell Crowe, directed by Ridley Scott, Joaquin Phoenix, like I said, as Mr. Commodus. I know, and Connie Nielsen, I think she's also in the second one. Does anybody want to start with how their feelings on it, or like just I guess their experience with? I mean, did you guys watch this beforehand, or
Let's all
overall
admit
thoughts?
we all watched the extended cut. We all dedicated 3 hours to this movie.
I know. I was like, I pulled it up and
Yeah.
then I was like, 3 hours, and I was like,
Exactly. That's why I said
Fine.
like you're watching it, right? You're watching.
yeah.
I know.
No, I saw the time and I was like, okay, 3 hours. I'm like, I'll watch it this time. So I watched
But
it like last night.
To
'cause, like,
to get it started,
Yeah.
it was a good 3 hours invested in. I'll
Mhm.
start off with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix was a prick.
yeah. I really, I really enjoyed it. It was a good tune. Because really, I've seen like as a kid, obviously you've seen this on TV. It's just I've never seen like as a kid, you always just look at action scenes and you fucking kind of tune out when it's like just
The talking
whatever.
scenes, yeah.
Yeah, so that's all I've seen from it, really. But watching it now as an adult and watching the whole film, I mean, I don't know how it fares up with the theatrical cut. That's kind of why I wanted to see the theatrical cut first. But it was really well done. And for some reason, the 3 hours kind of did fly by. Like, I didn't even really realize it was already 3 hours at that point. But, it was... Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys
And
get
that- and that's-
emotional or what?
Yeah.
It was
No,
it was
emotional?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Or you want to go
emotional,
first?
like,
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I was just gonna hop off of what Jan said, but like, yeah, it was a very emotional ride, and it's like the thing is like he barely had like good like lines, right? Like a lot of it was just portrayed through like his fighting and kind of just like his short lines. So it was just kind of nice to kind of like progress how it did. And then
Wait,
meanwhile, we
bro.
have, like-
My name is Maximus. Dude,
oh yeah, no, yeah.
that
I was
fucking
like,
scene,
oh.
that fucking scene is so good, man. Like, I think, like, you kind of you saw that coming, but the way that it was done and the way that like
Oh
the
no, it
tension,
was super slow.
the
It was
tension
super
just
slow.
shot up from there. Like
Yeah.
I will have my vengeance in this life or the next. I'm like, oh fuck you, boy, you're gonna get
Everything-
fucked up now, dude.
Everything picked up after that, and then
I
I was
know.
like, yes.
It was so good, man. I think that was that line, and there was obviously the strength and honor thing that they keep, that was like pretty resonant throughout the whole film. And I think the trailer for the second one, they said that a couple times too. I don't remember. I need to watch it
Strength and
again.
Honor, they did say it.
I have a gripe with the trailer for the second movie, but I'll talk to that later. I'll talk about that later.
So going back to what you said about like the 3 hours flew by, and only for some reason a couple movies can do that. For us at least, or at least for me too.
Would
only
this
a
go
couple
along the
movies.
lines of like Mad Max, or what's another long movie that needs to be
No.
long?
Dune, Blade
Dune,
Runner
Blade
2049 or whatever it's called. Like those two like held up because of the good storytelling, and Gladiator, just like them, or well, Gladiator did it first, but like held the story throughout. And I think what also paid tribute to Maximus is also Joaquin's performance, like the balance between his story and Joaquin's story. Like I really did enjoy that idea of like power, and like how are they gonna stop this guy. So but for sure, like I do agree that you didn't need a lot for Maximus to do. Like most of his were action based, and he didn't need to say a lot. So I did appreciate like how I was still enjoying the movie while he was performing, or like I guess like being a gladiator. So I did enjoy that one, and I didn't know he was a Spaniard. This whole time I thought he was a freaking Roman, like what you said. Like as a kid, I thought I was like, oh, he's a Roman then, but only to find out he was a Spaniard. So all these like little details coming back to it as an adult, it's like, okay, now I get it. Like now I understand why you're like this.
Anytime he kind of said, "Your Highness," you're just kind of like, what he meant. Like that's all he needs to say.
That's
Every time he, like,
That's what I'm saying.
you
Like,
get like it gravitates like so much like emotion, and you'll be like, oh, this guy's pissed off. Like
it's so believable, like with Russell Crowe, especially. I mean, obviously we've seen him in other stuff too, like later down the line. Like I think my favorite role from him still is the Nice Guys.
Nice Guys.
For some reason. But like, obviously seeing him in his prime. I mean, I've seen him also in like A Beautiful Mind and stuff like that from back then. But like seeing him here, in his prime, it's just, like, yeah, now you obviously.
It was nice to see again.
Yeah, because you start being like, yeah, this is everyone was talking about him like being one of the best, and like almost like in the same line as like a Daniel Day-Lewis or like and I'm like, yeah, you fucking see that, look at this fucking guy. And that's kind of my thing with it, is like, does this need a sequel? You know what I mean? Like with the way this movie ended, the whole arc for Rome in general, and how the sacrifice of him saying, hey, let's give this back to the people and do all. I mean, I don't even know what the second movie is about, so I'm just kind of going off whatever.
Juba's gonna be in the Senate, and then he's gonna meet. They're gonna meet, and then it just goes off from there. That's their connection right away.
Right.
Or the prince, I guess, something like that. Like it'll pop up like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. So. Have you seen the trailer for the second one? I mean, I don't want to go off that one.
I have.
Did you see the spoiler in it?
I haven't seen the spoiler, but I think if we're gonna talk trailer talk without watching it, I want to say the trailer kind of confused me because I did watch it right after watching Gladiator. I think what was confusing was I thought the son was gonna be, or like what's his name, Joaquin Phoenix's like nephew. I thought he was gonna be the Gladiator. But watching it again, it's actually a different person.
No, he is. It's him.
No, it's not.
It's him. Which trailer did you watch?
I watched another trailer where he said like, "Oh, I'm from like a foreign land."
No. So there's a second.
I initially thought it was him, but like I was rewatching it, so I was kind of confused.
There's a second trailer where Connie, the sister or the princess, was talking to him. He's like, I see your father in you. That's the spoiler. I see your father in you. And they reveal it. And I'm like, that was never fucking established in the first one.
Okay.
They hinted at it.
True.
Sure.
That's
they hinted
true.
at it.
They didn't establish it. They
They
did not
hinted at
establish
it, but they never actually outright said it
Yeah. No
until the
confirmation.
trailer for it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why
No
did they say that in the
confirmation.
trailer?
Okay, we need to compare trailers because I didn't catch that line, but I heard Maximus. Like I heard that you remind me so much of Maximus.
Yeah.
But I haven't. But I like I said, I'm going off the trailer. I saw like I remember them saying like, oh, I'm from like a foreign place. When I think, freak, what's his name? I always blank out of the name. Denzel was asking him like, oh, where are you from? Then he says like, oh, I'm from here. Like, so he's not even based off in Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently the story is, which doesn't make sense. I don't know, because of the way this movie ended. Like it was so perfectly tied. The way
Yeah,
that
it
he's
did
like,
tied.
I'm giving it back to the Senate. You know, like for the people.
It's a warrior's death. It's for
Yeah.
Rome.
Yeah, do what Marcus Aurelius was wishing for Rome or whatever. And it was such a hopeful ending, only for the trailer to go back on it and say, oh, fuck, we got to put you into hiding because of the corruption here. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, how come are we just going, we're just going back on this all of a sudden? Like, I don't know if that's the trailer you saw.
Hey, look, out of 20 years, there was only 4 years of peace. So
I guess. But that's why I was like, and then when they revealed that he was the son, I was like, okay. All right, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I'm hearing good things about the movie. You know, I'm hearing good things about the second movie. So I am pretty excited about it just because obviously we have this first one that made such a huge impact. But I am a little wary.
they'll have to
that-
be different, though. They'll have to be seen different.
Yeah, I just
There's
don't want
no way
to.
there's no way you're gonna be like, oh, this could be better than the first one. We're like, that's a stretch.
Yeah, I don't want it to ruin the legacy of this one. I at least hope it enhances it, unlike another Joaquin Phoenix sequel recently. So
He was such
What'd
a
you
good in
guys
the movie.
think of his performance? I know we were talking a lot about like Russell Crowe. What'd you think of just Joaquin and like I guess the
He's
other
such a
cast
prick.
members there? Because
He just-
that list was pretty stacked. What do you think about it? Too?
Yeah, he kind of just pissed me off the entire time, which is good because then it's like, oh, I hit the character and I'm just kind of like, he's like keeping up with it.
Mhm.
So I wasn't like second guessing like any of his like every time he was acting or speaking, I was like, oh, this like
Yeah.
right.
You look at him, you see like a snake.
Yeah, it's like
This
it's
fucking
like this
snake.
little brat of a
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's a better definition, like a little brat.
And it
that
is the
wanted
contrast.
that wanted the dad's power,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
literally killing the dad. I was like, damn, this guy's.
when he started like slashing the statue, and I was like, oh, this is so good. It just adds more. So
I
No, I
know.
think the one
was
thing that
funny.
pissed me off is when like I'm a cheat and I'm gonna go stab a Maximus in the back.
I know.
I was like,
Fucking
yo,
prick,
such
bro.
a low blow, man.
Just when you thought he was actually gonna try to fight the guy,
Yeah, I was like,
Fucking
damn,
asshole.
but he still lost.
he still lost. That was so satisfying too. Right when he finally got like stuff right here, I was like, yeah, fuck you, die, bitch, in front of everybody.
I did not like the cut
Which cut?
when he got stabbed because they didn't really show him stab. Like they cut to his like
Yeah.
they showed it and then
Okay,
they
yeah.
cut it and then they just cut it to where it's already on his neck. And I was like, man, I wanted to like
Yeah, that's
because like with all the other like fight
Yeah.
scenes, right, and just like the combat, you're just like it's all bloody and stuff. But then for that one, I'm just like, oh no, like I wanted to see him like.
That's
but
one
it's
of
like,
my-
it was a weird cut.
I think
If
one of
you
my
guys
one of my. I mean, if I have to critique it, like I do wish they pulled back on some of the action scenes. Like
Pulled
I felt
back?
like it pulled back, like zoomed
Oh,
out.
okay, zoom
Because I
out,
felt
okay.
like it was so close.
Just
Some of
widen
the
the
stuff you
shot.
can't even see what they're doing. Like
Yeah, that's
especially
true.
like the Coliseum stuff with I think the one fight before the tiger stuff happened with that one known gladiator or whatever. There was one where it was all of them, and that was when they first started chanting Spaniard at him.
Yeah.
That whole scene was kind of a blur because everything was so cut. And you know, it was a product of that time, obviously, because a lot of the action scenes back then were filmed like that. So
Yeah.
I do
Is
wish
that
they
the
pulled back
one,
a little bit.
If it's the same, you're talking about the scene where it's like, have you guys ever been in the battle before?
Yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
I like that scene, even though like
Yeah.
how close up it was. Like, I liked like as a tacticianist, like I liked how he was able to get the job done in a sense, like as a
Yeah.
gladiator. So
Oh, yeah.
like yeah, I don't mind the closeness of it. Again, it was like at its time, but I
Mhm.
like I still appreciated it. But
Yeah.
still
if they
fun,
did,
like-
if we see that same concept in the second one with like the ships and shit,
Mhm.
and yours is zoomed out, then for sure it'll be an
Yeah.
enhancement
There's gonna
like of
be
what we're
more.
talking
And
about.
what was nice about the whole thing, right, was like all the practical effects that they kind of had to like make, and like I mean, you can tell like certain scenes were definitely CGI, right? Like
Mhm.
the big crowds and just like the Coliseum sometimes. But then there are scenes where it's like you can see that like all the backdrop and it's like all nice and blended well. So it definitely like made you feel very immersed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like,
Yeah.
Viva Rome, Viva la Rome.
I know. It kind of makes you wonder how they're like the second one does look pretty grand too, though, in that realm. So I think they're gonna do really good. And yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did like those scenes too. I just wish they could have done that. I guess
Zoomed
is what
out
I'm
more.
saying. Like it's like one of those nitpicky things that I'm throwing out there. I do wish they kind of fleshed out the wife and the son a little bit more in the beginning, but I guess they didn't really need to do that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
yeah. Yeah.
But I get it, right? When he said like, "Oh,
Right.
it's time for me to go home," then I was
Mhm.
like, "Damn, dude, what the fuck?
But
That's
not yet.
fucked up, dude."
I
But not
know,
yet.
but not yet. Oh fuck you!
But
That was
not yet.
that
Bro,
ending
that guy-
is
that-
ending. Yeah,
Ajuba, what's his he was
Jamin Hansu.
great. Yeah, Jeremy Hansu.
Jamin
Great
Hansu was
support.
great, yeah.
Great support, like
I
all
know
throughout.
it was really good.
And then
I
also
like,
the other dude, the big guy.
dude. Yeah, I didn't. I thought he was gonna die the whole time.
Really?
Because you know how like he
Aw.
was his prized
Like
fighter.
showboating, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought he was gonna like have to kill him, but then the fact that they ended up being like good buddies, or like
Well, because
you know,
he
maybe not good
he
buddies, but,
instantly
like,
got humbled down. He's like, General." I was like, General."
yeah, I think I
There
like
was
that too.
scene when they're like,
Yeah.
"Who's ever fought in the battle before?" And he's the
Yeah,
only one that's
so-
not going. I'm like, "Damn, you're gonna die, dude."
Yeah,
So
But I guess another good thing, and like I guess you viewers or listeners out there, you can already tell that we like this movie. But I think a lot of us liked it because it had a lot of good lines. We've been saying a lot of good lines or quotable lines in there. And I don't know it word for word, but I love the speech with Joaquin Phoenix and Caesar, like his character in Caesar, where he says like, "Oh, you don't have these qualities to be like a successor." Then Joaquin says like,
the
"But
little
I have
monologue.
this, I have
Oh,
ambition.
yeah.
I have this to be
It's like,
a
son,
leader."
but you
I was like,
don't
"Damn,
care.
dude,
It is-
that's strong."
Oh
It is
my
no, and
God.
the response was, "It is the failure of your father." And I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh my
yeah.
god!"
So like, I
So,
think we
it's
gotta
like
give
father's
props to the
mistakes.
script writer there. Like those lines
Yeah.
were freaking strong.
Minimal,
And shout
minimal
outs to
lines.
Crane. Shout outs to Crane because he said like he quoted like the one where your name lives forever. He said he actually remembered that line as a kid, like watching this. So that's crazy
Damn,
how strong
Strength
this
and
movie
honor.
is.
I know that's crazy.
No, when he did the "Are you not entertained?" Like I got like like I was like a flashback. I was just like, "Oh my god!"
I remember that specifically. Yeah,
No,
I
yeah,
know
exactly.
that. I know
I
at least
remember
that,
that.
one because it's like
yeah,
But you
Yeah,
know
like
what's so
very
stupid? I
iconic.
thought it
Popped
was at the Coliseum, not the like the
Not
smaller.
not the first,
Not the
the
small
beginning
I was
one?
like,
ones,
"Oh,
right?
what?" I was like,
Yeah.
"I guess."
but
It was like the first one too, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, yeah, it was
like-
it was
I was like,
it was slipped
okay.
in a sense. It was kind of slipped in, but like it made such a huge impact like over time.
yeah,
It's like one of those. I'm like, oh wow, like he delivered.
I know.
So
I like it too. This is what a lot of wrestlers should take into should take as a
wrestlers
lesson.
again.
I'm just saying, this is what they should take as a lesson: win the crowd. You don't
Yes.
got like just win the crowd. The fact that was like the thing that they kept doing, and then like the fact that it kind of built up to that, like they kept calling him Spaniard, and then I think I like the whole dynamic. Yeah, the whole dynamic with the crowd, like just loving him, even when
Oh,
they
yeah.
kept asking to kill that guy, but then he just kind of like was like, "Fuck no."
And then
they're-
there's always the
they-
one dude that'll start it, right? He's
they're
like, Maximus the Merciful, and then
Yeah,
he's like,
and then-
Maximus.
and how annoyed Joaquin Phoenix was
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
exactly.
yeah.
It was
Because
so
he
good,
wanted,
dude.
yeah, because he wanted to please the crowd.
It was a lot of
Exactly.
tug.
If,
It was
if
a
he
lot of
didn't
tug and
please the
war.
crowd, Rome wouldn't be on his side. So that's why I was like, "Fuck,
Exactly.
dude, this guy sucks." Like he has to like
Exactly,
listen
but
to Maximus.
like it's just everything's just about Maximus, and that was it. That was the whole crutch of it, and it was really good. And the fact, like at the end, like during that killing, when he actually did kill him, and everyone was just silent,
No, yeah.
Oh yeah,
just staring. I was like, oh man, That's so good. But you knew it was coming. You knew he was gonna die. And that was the thing that was like, you fucking Joaquin, man. I keep saying Joaquin, Commodus. I keep saying, his character was a dick, but yeah, you knew it was gonna happen. And it was pretty emotional the way that they did it too, because it was like at the end he did get what he wanted. It's just obviously at the cost of his life. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so since we're I want to say like we talked as much about a Gladiator already. So like how is it gonna tie into Gladiator 2? I guess that's the next topic we need to talk about. Now that we're all fresh from watching the first one.
Right.
So I'm already thrown off that you're saying that's the kid from the first
That's
one.
Lucas. Yeah, the main guy. Is it Lucas? I forgot.
The
his name?
I don't know, but I want to say no, just because I'm like, why doesn't he remember his own mom or something? Like that's what the trailer
Lucius.
makes it seem like.
So are you saying we're not skipping like maybe there's not gonna be a time gap?
There's a
Or a gap in
20,
time?
it's a
Is it
20 year
20 year?
time gap.
Okay.
But the main character is supposed to be that kid.
Yeah, I mean, adjusting for the kid's age, like you can,
Yeah,
you
like
can
about
make the
20
guesses
years.
How does
about,
he
like,
not
just
he's
about.
still young.
remember? I don't know. The trailer. Well, I guess when I watch it, the trailer makes it seem like he doesn't remember his mom. I don't know.
I think he does. He was talking to her. The mom was even like, I still see your father in you.
How old do you
And-
think Commodus was? Just
Fuck, I don't even know.
I think he looks young, like in his 20s.
Yeah, he looks
30s.
really like maybe like mid-20s or something.
Dead already. So
Oh yeah.
So here's the thing. The kid was what, like 8? They said it was like 8.
Yeah, it was
he
like 8 or 9.
They're like saying, yeah. I remember.
So
that.
he'd probably be around what, our age now. So
21.
kind of
right?
matches. Kind of lines up.
Yeah, like 30-ish. Yeah, 30-ish.
No, I'm
It would line
21.
up. You're
I'm 21. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, sorry. Okay,
We're still
sorry.
young.
I guess. Yeah. But it kind of lines up. So I would think so. I just didn't like the fact that they revealed that was the son, like his son, but because like they never actually said that in the first movie. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess it was kind of implied. Like it was always implied anyway that he was related to him somehow. I guess they just never actually fully outright said it. I just wish I would have found out in the movie and not the fucking trailer.
I feel like there was nods. There was nods, like the way how they talk to each other. I guess
Yeah,
the
no, that's what I'm
sister and
saying.
Maximus, the way how they
You
talk,
can
like,
you
oh,
can
how's your son?
assume.
And he's
That's-
like,
that's
oh,
what I'm
how's
saying.
your
I know,
son?
but like
There's
a lot of
context
the language,
clues.
a lot of the language they use and how they shape the scenes, it didn't really give me the vibe that I'm like, they probably, or
I
like
think they did.
it's-
Like when he was
Ah.
dropping like Caesar back, and like they had that little session when they were like talking, like literally talking about each other's family.
When she was
I think
leaving?
no, like
You
they
think when
literally
she
said
was
like, oh,
leaving?
how old's your son? Like, oh, 8. Like,
Yeah.
how old is your son? Like, oh, 8. Around the same age. Like they had that little conversation. So I was like, dude, I think they had
I don't-
something.
I don't
like,
remember
why
that.
would they throw that in?
No, they did. And that's what I'm saying. They hinted at that the whole time, and they hinted that the son actually might be his. They just never actually outright said it. I just wish I didn't find out in that fucking trailer. I wish they just kept it in the movie.
just stop watching trailers.
Exactly. That's what I'm, why did they? Whatever. I'm still excited to see the second one. Obviously, Pedro's in it. I don't know what his role is.
He's a
like,
general, right?
Right, he's a
Like a-
general. I just don't know if he's related to any of the people
I
here.
think it's like, what if it's like the same concept but reversed? Like maybe it's like Rome is so evil now. Like the only way to stop evil Rome is kill the general running it
Right.
in front of the Colosseum. So I guess that's the concept I'm going after.
Apparently, yeah. There's 2 emperors played by one's played by the Stranger Things dude. Apparently,
Yeah. You mean
Um,
Human Torch?
Sure, yeah. Human Torch himself. I'm sorry. Oh fuck! I just realized Human Torch and Thing is in this again. Right? And
The thing is in it.
Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh,
They're
Mr.
on the
Fantastic.
same.
Mr. Fantastic.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
Same team.
they're both in it. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
I think that's the one I'm more curious about. Like, whose sons are those? Like, who the F are these guys? They're like
Yeah,
Joaquin
I don't
Phoenix,
know.
or the Commodore had like a son or something, or I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
all just descendants, and you're just like, okay.
right.
It's either that or it's like, how like they're like, it's probably like his old generals or something, right?
I don't know.
Maybe.
There's a
And
lot of
it would
like.
be a stretch, but it'd be a stretch to call them like, oh, it was his old army, right? And it's like all the generals that kind of stuck by him.
Mhm.
And that's one way to kind of just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be a cop out to kind of like just insert it like that. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I have to say. I hope you're wrong, that it's not that Lucius kid or whatever his name is. And I hope it's like what I'm going with, a foreign guy that never heard of Maximus. That's
They
what I'm
already
going for.
confirmed it though. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I just need
They
to watch
confirmed
this
that that's
trailer,
him.
and
Yeah.
maybe we'll watch the trailer after this, and I'll post it or something.
Or
But,
rewatch it again.
that's what I'm going after.
All right. So yeah, those are pretty much our thoughts on Gladiator. It's been out for 24 fucking years, people. I mean, if we're spoiling it for you, I'm sorry, but getting ready for the second one. Second one does look good. Little wary, like I said, because it's Ridley Scott. He hasn't really done good stuff lately, and obviously we don't want to take the legacy of this first one. But yeah, are we scoring this thing? I don't know how we're doing.
No,
this
we don't
thing.
need to score it. It won an
we don't
Oscar.
need to score it.
It won
It did
an
win.
Oscar.
It won Best Picture. We don't need to do
So
that.
we don't
I mean,
need
that's
to
pretty
score
much a
it.
score all on its own. But yeah, Aaron, what do we have next? I mean,
So, where we've been talking about, reboots or like bringing back old stuff. So, we thought it'd be fun to, have our own reboot session. Like, I guess the idea is we pick a franchise, pick a movie that we think would, I guess, get a
benefit.
reboot, or I guess at this time. So, we're going to pitch it.
Mhm.
I guess like how would we have this movie played out?
How would we approach it?
Oh yeah, how would we approach this movie in a sense?
So basically, yeah, we're pitching a reboot of anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be, it could be anything. It could be a movie, a franchise. You could reboot it as a TV show. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's your approach. Do what you want with it. We've been kind of mulling it over for the last couple weeks.
I thought this was fun though. I had
It
fun.
was fun to start thinking about it. I'm curious
Yeah.
of what we all came up with. I don't think we never actually revealed to each other what we had. I think my only concern was like, oh, fuck, what if we all got, one of us got the same thing?
Nah, I doubt it.
But
I
okay,
don't
sure.
think so.
Oh yeah. So, who wants to go first? I don't know if.
I had
Is anyone-
I actually came up with two,
Okay, shoot.
but I'll do the one I said I was gonna do, like
Okay.
the thriller aspect first.
Okay.
Can you give? Oh, so yeah, I was saying earlier. Could you give the cast, and then we'll try to figure out like maybe if we can figure it out like what you rebooted.
No,
That'd be.
it's gonna be
There's
too
no way.
hard. Yeah,
Oh.
Is it too hard?
that's what I feel.
I mean,
like.
I think it would be like I'm pretty sure like no comment.
Okay. You know what's funny?
So-
My approach actually doesn't even reveal what it is, which I'll get to when we get there. But yeah, if someone
Let's
wants
start
to,
off with Kyle.
okay, yeah, let me hear
So
Kyle then.
my thing is like, well, mine's like kind of hard too because like I didn't really rethink. It's much more so like a lot of it's a recast, but then also just
It's
reimagining
Adam Driver and Adam Driver and Adam Driver in this
Ah!
one.
So one
Dang.
okay. I had sat on the idea of I'm like, what movie can he be in that can be rebooted? And I
Which is fine.
I spent
yeah.
like no
all
I
you,
spent like a
man.
whole day. I spent the whole day thinking about it, and I was like,
You're the
I can't-
producer, man.
I was like, I can't. I don't see him in anything I wanted to get rebooted. But then there was
Okay.
one like I came across a movie, and I guess I'll just reveal it. Or actually, how should I reveal it? Should I just mention it?
It's up to you.
Pretend like you're talking to the board right
So
now. and you're not
we're
swaying.
the
Okay, I can't.
studio.
I don't really
You're
have.
playing
I don't
like a
really have a
board
pitch.
game.
I don't really have
Aaron
a
and I
pitch for the
swaying
story.
me.
Aaron and
I
I
don't
are the
have
studio.
I don't have a good pitch as to how
You want the story or whatever?
I want the story to be
Or the
because I still
movie?
kind of want the story to be the story.
Okay.
But maybe
your
just like,
non-negotiable.
it'll be updated.
Good question.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Cool.
let's see. How do I do this? Do I
So-
just name out the cast?
Yeah, you could just
Or do
name.
I start the movie?
Yeah, you can go by the questions.
and if you
we
guys remember,
sent
Yeah,
out.
we have questions also that we kind
yeah,
of
we
did
should tell them
establish.
that first.
Yeah, we should probably
just-
tell you guys that.
Okay, so I
yeah.
can say it. So like the questions we asked, and I put it in like I guess easiest to hard. Well, the first one is cast. Who are the cast of the movie? 2 is the style. How are you trying to differentiate from the original? 3 is the audience. What would be the appeal to the audience today? 4 are like elements, and those are like non-negotiable elements of your reboot, and 5 is what's your overall goal. So those are like the 5 questions we have to answer, I guess, to sway the board. Then yeah, then we'll have questions, I guess, along the way, or like our own thoughts for those that are listen, or for Jan and I to listen and Kyle to listen, like what we think of each other's movies. Then I guess you guys can have your input too when you guys watch this.
Okay.
So go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah.
All right. Here's his So the movie I am wanting to reboot, and this, you might not expect this from me, but hear me out. And the cast, the Chronicles of Narnia.
That was up there for me too. I was like,
Okay.
I wanted to reboot that too. I was like,
what's because like the concept was there, right? And like the world building was there, the fantasy of it was there, but it just wasn't executed properly, right?
Yeah.
So
at least the
I was like,
other,
okay.
like the fucking sequels weren't.
yeah, no, exactly. So that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like the sequels didn't even last. I'm just like, after the first one is probably the best one, but then after that, I'm just like, like it wasn't, it didn't have that spark.
Dang,
So
you're
with
gonna
that,
say
I would
Adam-
like to get that. No,
Adam
see, so
Driver
he's
as
not in
Mr.
it.
Tumnus. Adam Driver as
Mr.
No,
Tumnus.
I
Dude,
couldn't.
you
I would
got
not.
me.
I would
I'm
not.
so
I would not do him dirty. I
Oh
would
my
not do him
God.
dirty like that.
He was the
First of
star
all,
the
Adam
show.
Driver. First of all, like I said earlier, Adam Driver's not in this. I tried to. I wanted to incorporate it, but I just couldn't. I'm like, I have to stick to.
So he's not Aslan or
I
anything
have-
like that.
No.
Oh.
I have to stick to our print.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so who do you want to hear first? And I guess I'll save the big.
Nah,
three
you
for
you
last.
can
do
start-
you, man.
start- yeah,
I'm
do your thing.
enjoying your pitch already.
All right,
Yeah,
so,
Chronicles of
so the
Narnia. Hear it
kids,
out, hear
right?
it out, let me
So if
hear
you
it
guys remember the kids, you had Edmund, Lucy, Susan, and Peter. Kind
Okay.
of familiarized. So
Pevensies. Pevensies? Yeah.
yeah, Pevensies. Yeah, right. So little girl, right? The youngest sibling, and I don't know if you guys remember. Violet McGraw from the kid from Haunting Hill House.
Oh. How old
Yeah,
is she
you can
now?
look it
though?
up. Well, I don't know, but like,
Okay.
but like her image, and I don't know if we need to be current and have these.
Oh, no.
time
I mean,
frames.
it's up to
Oh
you.
yeah,
It's up to
yeah.
you.
Anyways, in an ideal world, like casting, aging, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she doesn't age. Okay, so we're keeping
Yeah.
that kid.
So
Like you can.
we're
pick from
preserving her
any
to some
genre.
degree. Yeah. And then the older sister, oddly enough, I was thinking, I was like, maybe Sophie Turner, right?
Okay.
Kind of fits the bill.
Okay, I can see
Okay,
that.
right?
Could see that.
I can see
And then
that.
curly hair guy, Finn Wolfhard.
Is
That's
Works.
the second oldest.
the younger brother?
The younger
Yeah,
brother.
younger
Okay.
brother.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the older brother, Ansel Elgort.
okay.
Uh,
All right.
And so
those are
Elgort
like the main
is-
Baby Driver.
Ansel, Baby Driver.
Oh, okay. I can see.
right. You can
Okay,
kind
I
of see
can
it a little
kinda
bit.
see it, yeah.
All right. So now for the top three, right? So it's like, who's the lion? Who's Mr. Truman? And then who's the witch? All right. So
Okay.
who do you want first?
Give me
I
Mr.
guess.
Tumnus, man. I want to hear it.
Mr. Thomas? Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne? Okay.
Yeah, right?
I
Works.
guess.
Works.
Yeah, no, I mean, 'cause it's
Yeah.
kind of, he's kind of a
If
James
he
McAvoy
plays-
esque.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If he
fits
plays
the
his
bill.
Harry Potter character. Yeah. I
Mhm.
can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for the White Witch, Charlize Theron. I think.
Theron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
Charlize
huntsman.
Theron,
Huntsman.
yes.
Huntsman.
Theron.
vibes.
Huntsman. Yeah, and I was
Huntsman
like, to a degree, I was
vibe?
just like, I was like Huntsman. I was like, oh shit, that's fine. And then for Aslan,
that's fine, that's
I kind of
fine.
had like two in the ballpark. I don't know who, but one was Benedict Cumberbatch, I guess, just his voice, right?
Okay.
Or Liam Neeson. I was like, okay,
Keep
he can
Liam
work.
Neeson. Okay.
Yeah, but voice, no, but like, he's a lion. It's just his
Sure.
voice. But I feel like Liam Neeson's voice would kind of fit the bill.
Wasn't
for
he?
it.
He is the voice, right? Of the
He is
OG?
Aslan.
Oh, okay.
Is he? Was he?
I think he is.
The old one? Or, well,
I
I
think it
thought
was
That's
somebody else.
fine, man.
No, I mean, dude,
I
they
swear-
rebooted.
Yeah, Lion King, and they still
I get my
kept James
Yeah.
Earl Jones. So I'm
They
not
rebooted.
docking it.
Yeah, and they rebooted James Bond
I
with
just don't
M.
remember.
Still Judi Dench.
Oh, it is Liam. Why did I?
Damn,
just-
see?
Okay, that was.
Yeah.
But I
That's
did.
fine.
I was
That's
like,
the only
my
OG
alternate
cast-
was.
That's the OG
Yeah,
cast
no,
ever
but my
coming back.
alternate was Benedict Cumberbatch, and I think he would have been fine with it. But
Okay.
no,
He would have been like you asked him already. He would have been.
because I'm like Liam Neeson was like.
I think he's fine with it.
But yeah, I think that overall that cast, I think I think it would kind of work out and kind of just revitalize the fantasy world. And then you could probably take seeing that Wicked, Wicked's kind of in that ballpark area of like fantasy.
Okay.
Depending how that is and world building wise, hopefully not too much CGI, but kind of just along that lines because the old ones were kind of also on the same line, right?
Okay. So what's
and then
your
audience?
What's your overall? Oh wait, so that was just
Style.
What's your
How would you
Style-wise,
differentiate from the original?
yeah?
Honestly,
Did you
I
write these
didn't-
questions down? Or is it just that
Um,
the one right there, right?
it was
Which
just-
one?
I thought that was just the one.
Okay, cool. No, I'm just wondering. Okay, no.
Style-wise-
Forget it.
No, and I guess that's what I was talking about. How like it's similar to like Wicked in terms of style. I guess that's kind of my little. That's how I interpreted.
So
the
you're
question.
keeping it like the
So you're
same.
keeping it same, basically.
Yeah. I
Same-
still kind of
same
want to
as-
see the story and kind of like build up the story and like how it's developed, right?
No, but
Okay.
like
Adventure
I guess like
aspect
when we
and-
say you'll keep it the same way it was told, like
Yes.
how like the pacing,
Like a story,
and, like,
storytelling wise, and kind of
Mhm.
like the adventure
Okay.
aspect and like
Cool.
Okay.
mainly an adventure aspect too. But yeah, and then audience, I mean, like I think it'd be pretty good. Like I think it would get some eyes. Like people would be like, "Oh, interesting," or maybe not, honestly, but like if I saw it and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of like an underrated cast," but let me see if it works.
Okay.
It's
So what's
kind
your-
of along the lines of like, I'm not putting this under the bus, but how like, in a sense of like, how like they came up with like Dungeons and Dragons, and then
Mhm.
the cast for that, and then I was
okay.
like, okay, but then it's like you see this, and then you see the cast, and you're just like, it's kind of the same vibe,
Okay.
in a sense. But yeah, so and just kind of retelling that Narnia universe.
Okay.
So,
you have like the
Yeah,
other
what's your-
four, or well, is that your
Yeah.
4 and 5?
Well,
You just want your 5 is just to like bring it back, and
yeah, I just want to
Just wants
your
to
non-negotiable
revitalize-
is just keeping. Okay,
What's your
what's my non-negotiable? I didn't really think about it.
what's your goal though for this reboot that you're doing? Like, is there an overall goal that you want to
Not
do?
really. I didn't really. I just wanted.
You just wanted
I
to
didn't really
reboot
think
it?
through it.
Denied.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I tried.
No,
No,
you're
because
good.
I'm like I didn't watch the third one, so I was just like I kind of like forgot like, and I don't.
well,
want to watch
if you have a strong start,
Like, to finish
you
it?
you have a strong
Yeah.
start, like with the
Yeah.
casting and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think if the first movie makes the bucks, then possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it is usually sometimes, but yeah.
All right.
So
Good
you
take.
would
but
do a
I-
movie though. You would do a movie.
Oh, I do a movie. Yeah.
Okay. I think that
So-
the way you could have differentiated was like if you said, "Hey, maybe I would do this one season per book type thing."
Oh,
I
if
think-
you did TV.
If you went the TV route, I think you probably would
Same
have.
cast. Or,
I don't know if you could have got the same cast, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's
No,
the
yeah,
only thing.
it was more so kind of because I
but-
kind of picked
but
it
what
with like
if,
Superstar.
My question is, just so I can get more of a style, who would your director be? That would define your,
So
your
I,
style.
I
your
was
director
trying.
be?
I could
Yeah.
not think who.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know who I want someone to kind of like put this on their back and kind of like redevelop the story and their style. I don't know. I couldn't really think. I was really just kind of in my mindset of like this cast would kill it kind of thing.
Okay.
No, that's
So-
fine. That's fine.
Mhm.
That works.
I think you
That
just need a
works.
leader of the ship to like guide it. You have like the
Yeah.
good cast members
Oh no, definitely.
need a
yeah,
leader.
So
to guide
Okay.
it. But I
Alright.
dig it.
I dig it.
Applause.
Good job. Good job.
7.
Hey,
I
isn't
had
there
to
an applause
recast
button?
7 people.
There wasn't.
Oh, I thought there was. Here, give me a second. Hey, Kyle. Good job, buddy. Here we go.
I tried. You guys
Oh,
want to rewatch Narnia?
There you
Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's go.
Now the will it get approved? Ready?
Will it get approved?
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Just kidding.
Right.
I'm the merciful. Merciful.
Merciful. Kill.
On to the next. On to the
Kill.
next. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to go
Uh, do you-
or?
Do you want me to go next? I can go next. All right. So
I'm
for my
scared to
own,
be followed after you though. I'm so nervous.
oh, dude, don't worry about it. Okay, so I got shit. Sorry. I think I could probably stay. So I'm not gonna reveal what it is yet. So the way I'm gonna do it is the way that I wanted the movie to go anyway. So the movie is gonna
Better not be
be
Justice League. No.
no. So the movie's gonna play just like a regular film, and it's not actually gonna reveal itself until the very end, like Split. So you know how Split doesn't reveal itself that it's unbreakable until the very end. So the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I think this franchise itself kind of got lost, and went so far down the road of what the original wasn't that it kept there. So my goal was to bring it back, scale it back to how it was originally, and just basically, like have a lower budget, focus on the characters and the overall character development and the story and how that's all gonna go. So for my cast, it's the main character's name is Jean, and it's played by Florence Pugh. She's in hiding because she has a stalker, like someone is stalking her, basically. And she was lucky enough to get away. She doesn't know how she did it, but she was lucky enough to get away. So now she's in hiding. So fast forward, there's some stuff that happens that eventually puts her in the limelight. So this guy that she was hiding from finally gets finds her somehow because of whatever happened, right? And this guy is played by Michael B. Jordan. So I'm trying to go for Ryan Coogler here as my guy. So Michael B. Jordan is obviously has to be in it. So Michael B. Jordan is the stalker guy in this one. He's trying to stalk Florence Pugh. And so basically that's what happened. And the overall movie is that she's trying to get away from him. And eventually this guy's like really violent, like very fucking violent. And that's the reason why I'm kind of trying to go for like a thriller type of film, almost like a horror type of film, kind of hearkening to like something like a Halloween. And in the very end, obviously she's able to go through it and she's able to overcome that. But then knowing that where that leads is basically the whole crutch of the franchise. Can you guys guess exactly what I'm doing or where I'm going with that?
Stalker, thriller, chase.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so it's gonna be revealed and like little hints here and there. So obviously like Michael B. Jordan's trying to find her in a police station. It's like, oh, she's not here, huh? Okay.
Oh, fucking.
I'll come
is it
back.
Terminator?
Yeah, it's Terminator.
Terminator.
So at the very end of the film, she finally she hits him so hard in the face that kind of scars him.
Fucking
and all of a sudden he pulls it down,
Terminator.
and then you see
Michael B. Jordan
the
as a
exoskeleton
Terminator.
of the T-800, and you'll be like, "Holy fuck! This chick is Sarah Connor!" And he's been trying to find her the whole fucking time. For some reason, she got away, and I think he was like, I don't know. I was trying to come up with a good reason for him to stop pursuing her, and I think that's what I told you about. Like I was trying to find like a good justification for why he wouldn't just stop. Maybe he doesn't stop. That's like details that we could figure out later on. But I do like the idea of not revealing what it is yet, because people won't have an expectation of, oh, it's a Terminator movie, so it's just going to be a heavy sci-fi action film. No, we're bringing it back to how the original film was, which was actually a horror movie. If you think about it, it was almost like a horror movie, kind of really scaled back. And the way that you could pitch it is like, hey, just go with a lower budget. If it doesn't make money, who gives a fuck? It's gonna make some money because we have Coogler, we have Michael B. Jordan, we got Florence Pugh, and that's really all we need. And if we break even enough, it's gonna do so well. And if we go with that style, the overall goal, like I said, the overall goal is to just bring it back, scale it back to its original roots, so that way we can revitalize the franchise without hampering on people's expectations of what like a fucking Terminator movie should be. So that was my whole thing.
I have one question, and I just wanted your opinion on it. Do you think, and I don't know if this is kind of a skewed way of thinking it, but do you think Michael B. Jordan can carry the franchise all the way through, like much how like Arnold, and not, but like how like Arnold, like how he did it is kind of very, it's him.
I think so, but the thing is too, this is more Florence Pugh's film.
Well, no, yeah, I agree with
than anything else.
I agree with the Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Pugh
So, like in the
character,
original, so in this one, I kind of was thinking maybe Kyle Reese isn't even in the picture yet.
So we just kind of would you shift the focus to like,
Oh shit! So it's just
her-
that's
on
your
her?
non-negotiable. Take out him.
Yeah.
Are you also
So-
taking out the name Sarah Connor?
No. So Jean was just like a cover name.
Oh, so like
She's trying to hide from this guy. Eventually, it does get revealed like your name is Sarah, or it's just some shit like that. Like it gets revealed eventually that she's Sarah Connor. So yeah, I mean the characters are the same people. It's just a different story of how we actually get to where we get to, I guess.
mind
So
blown.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Michael B. Jordan, I feel like he can carry it. I mean, either way, though, he's not going to be the main person. He's like Arnold in the first one didn't really say much. He said a couple things, but the impact that he had was really good, or it was obviously pretty big for what he did. So I kind of just went with him because I kind of needed someone bankable. I don't know.
I like how
And
you want to
he's
go.
a good dude,
I
obviously.
like
I
how
mean,
you want to go low budget, but you got high starring
yeah, I mean,
actors.
all your
I'm
budget
surpri-
is your
I'm surprised
budget's
you
going
just-
towards those two, if anything.
I'm surprised you didn't bring you
Plus
didn't
the
pick a wrestler.
director.
I'm surprised you didn't
wrestler?
pick a wrestler. Yeah,
Nah,
You went for the
I
slimmer,
kinda
the
wrestled with it a
slimmer
little bit.
look.
he wrestled. You
I wrestle with it a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was thinking of
because like a wrestler type person, like that would definitely fit.
That
into
would have
the
been
Yeah.
Dave.
criteria.
But the thing is, here's the thing too.
Yeah,
I went with Michael B because it's like it goes back to, like I said. So James Cameron's original idea for the Terminator wasn't even like a Arnold type. He was going for someone slimmer, almost like how the T-1000. I don't remember the actual name.
Yeah,
the one in the second one,
second
like
one.
the slim build.
they were
That's
more
what he was
refined
aiming
as a
for
robot.
in the first one. So I'm kind of just going back to that as my basis. Like the original idea of him just being like, I mean, and also like it could be a little more normal for him. Like he doesn't have to be so robotic. Like obviously it's a different universe. It's a different, like, we're not the same continuity, like we
wanna
could
see
change
him
things up a
robotic
little bit. Yeah.
I want to see the hints.
Mhm.
It's probably just his eye just.
There'll be
glistens or-
hints. Like I think
his
that's
eye
what I'm
just
saying. Is like, there'll be
glistens, so-
hints along the movie, but we don't actually go full on with it and hear the dun 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 until you
The
rip the
end
shit.
credit. The
yeah
end credit.
from his fucking thing. So yeah, I think that was my thing. I don't know if it'll work. But well, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys?
Dang.
What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
give yourself an applause. That was pretty good.
No, I'm good.
That's good.
All right. Well,
Wow.
any critiques, thoughts, or any
No,
anything that won't work?
Concept wise, you got it. I feel like, yeah, I guess like you answered all the questions. I guess that's the main reason. It's just so you wouldn't keep some elements from the original. You would just take out.
If anything, most of the elements of the original are in this again. It's the thing that I'm.
So
the
he's
thing
gonna
that I'm
say, "I'll be
changing-
back."
He's gonna say I'll be back, but not like that. Like he'll change it up to. It's gonna be a subtle difference that people
gonna
won't
be-
even. It won't click with people until they actually see the reveal.
Like a hey auntie, hey auntie.
All right, I'll be back. Like just something
Hey.
super nonchalant. All right, I'll be back. Like, oh fuck, and then you see, holy fuck, he said I'll be back. You didn't even fucking notice. Some stupid shit like that. But yeah, and then non-negotiable though. Like in terms of style, like I said, I'm going back to the original style of like a horror-esque thriller type of film instead of like the sci-fi action film that it became to be. So yeah, I'm going more towards that. I think that was the goal. So
Nice, beautifully done. I still want to hear your CBM.
yeah, that was gonna be a Justice League thing. But I was like, yeah, fuck that. I don't want to hear Justice League bullshit, dude. It was too obvious. So like, fuck, forget it.
Dang, that was good.
cool.
All right.
Liked it. I liked
You're not
it.
gonna give yourself an applause? Damn, man.
No, I'm
you
good.
worked so hard on that.
I'm good, bro.
I'll give you applause. Will I get it?
All right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay. All right, beautiful board members of A24. I have a movie that I want to pitch to you. So, one of the top grossing films that's been in our lives or everyone's lives that we haven't seen in a hot minute is The Shining. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So we'll keep the cast small, right? The Shining's not a big cast. We just got like 3-4 members of The Shining, right? I know, impossible
gotta-
task to do,
yes.
but I feel like I got the
Let's
people
hear
to do it.
Let's hear it.
Man, okay.
All right.
My ears are
So-
open. My ears are open.
How-
My ears are
how-
open.
how are
I
we-
know.
Coming from the guy that never watched The Shining,
I know. I just
But-
want to hear it.
we got Jack Nicholson. Who can replace the beloved Jack Nicholson? You know
Wait,
who's
can I
our
guess?
chameleon? You want to guess?
I don't know. I'm thinking. I can't be Leo.
Okay.
Is that too old?
No, oh yeah. So I was trying to
wouldn't
go
I
like
wouldn't want
same
him.
age
I wouldn't
group
want him.
for most part. When I was
Okay.
coming up with my pitch, just to keep it, I guess,
Consistent.
similar to like how it was in the original and stuff. So
okay.
my person to replace Jack Nicholson and is Jake Gyllenhaal. And
I
it's
knew you
the
were gonna
Jake
go there too.
Gyllenhaal
Yeah.
I want
Okay.
as the so picture him, Nightcrawler style. So
Hair and
picture him
everything.
as Jack Nicholson or like his character, right? So the
Mhm.
wife, who's the wife being played by? It's the
Sydney
lady
Sweeney?
from Haunting of Hill House, Victoria Pedretti. Sorry, I might butcher some names along the way, but she would be the wife. The
Pedretti,
reason
yeah.
why I chose those
Oh,
two
Pedretti. Okay.
is they played
her, yeah.
characters similar to how I would want the movie to play at. Again, Jake Gyllenhaal with Nightcrawler, of how he can instantly go
Mhm,
crazy,
mhm.
and as well as Victoria Pedretti being scared in Haunting of Hill House of usually just ghosts in general or just the things she's seen, right?
Mm.
Now, who's the leader of this? Who's the leader of this that's going to carry this movie? Now, the thing is, I love The Shining because it had this thing of like what the fuck moments and like what the fuck moments and like I can't believe they made this movie. What better way than
Startling.
having Ari Aster? Exactly. So Ari
Ah,
Aster, the director of
love it.
Midsommar and Hereditary,
Okay.
to lead this ship of The Shining. The reason why I chose him is The Shining, I guess back in the 80s gave like this uneasy feeling of like just an uneasy feeling of the cabin fever, and I felt like Ari Aster was able to capture that same feeling in both his movies Midsommar and Hereditary. So I feel like he can bring a very interesting take on this cult classic or just classic movie in general. So my appeal, the audience, what's the appeal to the audience is just, you know, the concept itself, just being in a cabin fever in a giant hotel, just you, just a husband, wife, and a kid just in the house, just that cabin fever. And I feel like Ari Aster with his stylistic approach can also add to that. Okay, so some elements, I guess how I took the elements non-negotiable is what do I want to keep in some of the reboots, or what would I want to keep from the original and like I guess put it here. Not really just to throw it in, but try to figure out a way where it's organically in this film. So I chose the iconic blood hallway scene, the twin girls, the sound and score of the movie. Maybe just changing the ending of The Shining to make it more memorable. So I guess the ending of The Shining when Jack Nicholson's character dies is like a frozen guy and he's smiling. So it seems pretty silly now. So if he can find a way to make it scary, just like the headless scene that we see in Hereditary where the girl dies. So if we can capture an image where Jack Nicholson or Jake Gyllenhaal's character is like frozen, but like in a freaky, scary way, that would be pretty cool. So overall, just have Ari Aster's version of this. So make him have full control to be creative and tell this story. So my overall goal is these are the perfect cast, perfect match made in heaven. The story as well as the director to tell this story, both bringing old audience and a new audience together. So that's my pitch.
Question.
You don't have a cast for the kid?
No, because I think I was like your Chronicles of Narnia. Like it was just like an age group thing. So I didn't know the kid from then. So I didn't want to
Question.
bring like a kid that's
No, I meant like now.
that we see a kid now. No, like we'll
you
say
didn't
no
want-
name for now.
So Stephen King hated the
Exactly,
Is it
yeah,
Stephen
he-
King?
Yeah, Stephen King hated his.
He hated the movie adaptation how close are you gonna be to the books this time?
I think I want to say
any.
like
Yeah.
if Ari Aster has full like control and like can use like the book as his as a baseline and just
Mhm.
add
He
his own
should.
creativity, I just feel like he can do that in a sense.
Mm.
I would say it is a hard task because one, you're fighting against the original of the books, you know, Stephen King, and as well as just the movie itself, like people who love that movie. But I guess the way how I see it is like there's a possibility there where you can get just a crazy story that's told to a new audience, just how we thought Beetlejuice 2 would be for us. So I guess that's how I was going for. Like, this is our version of what The Shining is. You can say we have Hereditary, we do have Midsommar, but I think we need one like classic movie that we can reboot and like call it like, oh, that's this generation's The Shining, you know.
Horrors are back. Horrors are back.
And
Alright.
A24 is the best film to do it, or best studio to do that.
Yeah. Over Blumhouse?
I would say so.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, that would be a good one. I would think. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Ari Aster could do
can
no
do it.
wrong at this point. No, yeah, he could do no wrong. I feel like so. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, it sounds like you need a clapping.
So, someone that's listening needs to say if these all three were, if they were all up in the theater right now, which one
Oh
would
no,
they
yeah,
watch?
we clipping this for sure.
Like, which one they watching? Fuck.
Yeah, which one they
Yeah.
watching? Chronicles of Narnia, Terminator.
Oh my god.
What do
Wait,
all of these?
Would
three
you
have
would
in
you
common?
how would you title it without exposing it, or would you still say Terminator?
No, I
Like,
would
how-
still I was going over. I guess how I took this challenge was Reboot. So I was more like,
Mhm.
oh, so we're keeping the same name. We're just
No,
changing.
oh, yeah, no,
things
yeah,
along.
yeah,
That's how
okay.
I took
Yeah.
it.
I
So I
just
would
wanted to
keep it the
clarify.
same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
Yeah.
it's still technically a reboot. It just isn't outright saying it is.
Yeah,
I
okay.
thought of working titles
understand.
already.
Oh.
So I asked ChatGPT, For-
Did you just do it now?
how would you hide a Terminator? One things they come up with is the hidden target.
No.
That sounds like a Steven Seagal movie.
No.
It sounds like a Steven
Immediate
Seagal
no.
movie.
Immediate no.
Another one is Relentless, which is actually not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I could go with Relentless because it keeps the
man, that's
vibe.
crazy.
Yeah, it captures what the story is
Captures
told,
what
yeah.
it actually is,
Yeah,
and it
what
captures the
else?
vibe of that stalker.
Yeah.
All that
What,
other
okay.
shit.
What else did it spit out?
Fuck, I exited it. Give me a sec. Let me go back.
Yeah.
It was a
No,
bunch of
it's not-
generic.
No,
There was
because
one
the
that's
first
like
one
dark,
was
dark.
the first
fate,
the first
dark
one was so
something.
funny. Yeah, the first one was funny. I
Yeah,
was
give
like,
me a
no, that
sec.
sounds horrible.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Sounds
Steven
like if it
Seagal
was in the
movie or some shit.
90s, the 90s
Exactly.
or the early
Yeah.
Hidden
2000s.
target. Hold on, give me a sec.
I can just see the the movie poster, and it's like it's like
might
a
as well
bullseye,
call
and
the-
it's just like it's
might
like
as well call the
they're like
movie
phase shifting
Capture.
from each other.
Okay, so,
So-
here. So I told. Okay,
I was
so
just curious. I'm
at
just
first-
curious.
at first I was like two. So one was Steel Fate. I was like, fuck off.
No,
Legacy of Metal. I was like, what the fuck?
no.
Echoes
So,
in the dark. I was like, no. I was like, can you
Nah.
tweak it to match a plot of a woman and hiding from someone?
Yeah.
So they put Safe House, Pursued.
Safe House
un-
is fine.
I mean,
But
that
there's a
was already
movie,
made.
isn't there a
Wait,
movie,
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
called Safe House?
Pursued, Undercover Shadow,
No.
Silent
Undercover
Threat,
Shadow.
No.
Cold Black. I was like, can you make it more thriller? And then that's when it came up with Hunted. There was Nowhere Safe, Relentless. I was like, oh, Relentless sounds good.
Relentless is good. Yeah.
Hidden Target was the other one, and that one I was like, oh nope. Dark Pursuit was another one. I'm like, ah.
Nah.
But yeah, so I went with Relentless. It's the
I like
it's the least Van Damme, Steven Seagal out of all those titles. I would think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Damn, I wanted to hear your Justice League.
the fuck.
Because you know what my second one was? I have another one.
Avengers?
Mine was a CBM.
What was it?
And we can pitch it now then, just for fun.
You want? Okay, go do it.
Are you
Wanna
going
go
to say
first?
yours?
Yeah, mine was Justice League. I already said mine was gonna be
Okay.
Justice League the whole time.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful members of Marvel Studios. You know what's the beauty of living in
Excellent,
a
isn't
time
it?
right now? We have so much culture, so much history of the X-Men. We have so
Fucking-
many movies, we have so many comics, but the one thing we lacked was telling a cut through story, like just a normal timeline. It was always like convoluted. We literally had Deadpool say like, yeah, the timeline's fucked. So you know what? We're entering this new phase of our life, so we need a real straight story of like who are the X-Men. Right?
Mhm.
So here's my cast. We'll have Charles Xavier. I know, legendary performance, James McAvoy, sorry. We're gonna change him. I'm gonna say Jude Law. Jude Law as
Jude
Charles
Law.
Xavier.
That would be
Picture
pretty good.
Professor wait, freak, I'm butchering again.
Dumbledore?
Him and Harry Potter.
Dumbledore.
Professor Yeah, Dumbledore. So like I liked how he was able to portray like he was a wise character, and
Jude Law.
just being able to like he's planned things out, like he knows what to say to put his like his characters in the right way, or his support in the right way. Now, who
Mhm.
better to stop Charles Xavier than our main villain, Magneto? Again, legendary performance, Michael Fassbender. We can't forget about that. I chose, again, I might butcher his name, Joel Kinnaman. Joel
Joel
Kinnaman.
Kinnaman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as Magneto. So he's the one in Suicide Squad, the captain, whatever his name. Like,
mhm.
so I would
Who's,
put him as the main villain. All right. So this is the beauty about the X-Men.
Do
So
the
I'm gonna
age
start
match?
huh?
Do the age match up for those two?
Yes. So I did really think of age
it's-
on this one.
It's their peak.
Yeah.
Damn,
for
son.
No, I'm thinking longevity. dude. We need
Alright.
or I'll explain why. But well, longevity is my goal here. So my cast of the X-Men, who's stopping our big baddie Magneto? Okay, so
Can I guess?
so I guess the premise of the story is I had to. I'm not the biggest comic book reader, so I tried to draw the inspiration from the original X-Men, the first issue. So my cast is only the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess the 4 or 5
6.
members of the X-Men. So
Okay, so
Cyclops,
name-
Jean Grey, Beast, Iceman, Angel. So you guys can guess, I guess, if you want to try.
No,
Since
just
this is
name
my-
one character
just
at a
go.
time,
Okay,
and then we'll
Cyclops.
guess.
Cyclops.
I'm going Glenn Powell. For some reason, think you're going Glenn
Glenn
Powell.
Girls? Okay,
You're
Glenn
going-
Good choice. Good
He
choice.
won.
I'll
He
consider.
won.
Who would you go
He
for,
won.
though? Who would you go for?
Yeah, you
I
want to
think-
guess?
That,
Al?
that's so funny. No, I haven't.
Okay, so
Okay.
my Cyclops, who's gonna carry this franchise, right? This new age franchise is Austin Butler. He's gonna carry it.
Oh, okay.
Austin Butler.
I
So
see.
who's my next one is Jean Grey. So
Mhm.
and I'll tell how this story will play out. So Jean Grey is gonna be played by Victoria Pedretti. So I liked her again because
Okay.
just the struggle of her with her powers. So that's
I like
basically
her a lot, yeah.
Jean Grey's story, is just to struggle with her power. And again, Haunting on Hill House, we've seen her struggle with just coping.
You
with
never
ghosts
watched
and
her
stuff.
in You, right?
No, I haven't watched You.
Yeah, she's good in that one. She's really good in
Okay.
that one.
So that's
Okay.
that's my Cyclops and Jean Grey. I again, same age. I try to I feel like it'll be a good relationship too. So my beast is Alexander Ludwig. So he's a guy from Ride or Die,
Bad Boys?
the blonde guy. Him.
Yeah.
So I chose him as the beast. And so this one he'll play like his normal version, but I do want to have hints of him turning blue later on.
Okay.
So my
Okay.
Iceman's a wild card. I chose Jack Champion. He's the kid from Avatar: The Way of Water, the one that hung out with the blue people. So he's the youngest of the group, Iceman.
Okay.
The
I see.
guy,
I see it. I see it.
I don't remember this guy.
the guy that hung out, the one that was left on Pandora, the only kid that left on Pandora.
Oh, okay.
So he's our youngest. So Jack Champion is my Iceman. And lastly, Angel. Angel will be played by Mike Feist. So the guy from Challenger. The red hair guy.
Okay.
So that's
Bike
my
riders,
cast.
dude.
Huh?
Okay.
The
No, from
biker
bike
dude.
riders.
No.
He was in bike.
Yeah. The one taking the pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
So him. So that's my
Him as
cast.
Angel. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what better way again to lead our ship and have a best redemption story is Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright as our director. We've seen him done it again. We've seen him done it well with like I guess a small cast that we were able to get everyone's fleshed out story and like dialogue between characters. He's done
Mhm.
it in Shaun of the Dead. He's done it in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I feel like he with this cast he can do it. Also, just the idea of color. That's the best part about X Men is they're very colorful characters, and Edgar Wright can let them shine because of the way how he styles his movies. So I feel like he can do that with this group of cast. So
Mm.
that's my style. I was going to go for it. Edgar Wright. And again, redemption story for him to come back. And again, full reigns. And
Straight. You said straight story, right? Just kind of straightforward. No bull with like tying to like the
yeah. So
other.
this
Yeah.
is like
Okay.
after what we're saying, like this is the new
For
phase
me
of
too.
Marvel. Literally, what we've been told so far as a fan. We have this Earth, whatever. We have Deadpool. So there's no set Marvel 616
Don't
MCU
tie.
universe phase yet.
There's
We
no
got
weird
hints. We
matrix
got hints.
and
We got Miss Marvel, but that's the only Miss Marvel and Namor as our only mutants. But we never got a full on X Men yet, right? So
There's
we have
no
hints
Wolverine in this one.
exactly. So
Okay.
so the audience, I think the appeal of the X Men is there for every character, and I think we can grow. I think just the X Men, we grew up with it, and it's just center. We kept centering around Logan as we grew up, but we never got to highlight all these other characters. You know,
Mhm.
so it's always
Yeah.
Logan, Wolverine. Cyclops was always sidetracked. Beast was always sidetracked. You know, we got Mystique as a focus, which made no sense.
Made
So
no fucking sense. Yeah.
I wanted to highlight every character that I feel like the audience can pick and choose, and they're like, I like this character. So that's the
Mm.
whole goal. So elements I do want to have that again, we have a lot of resources where we can grab from. So we did
Damn.
have previous movies to grab from. We've seen it time and time again where Spider-Man can grab from old Spider-Man movies and try and like put it in their spin. So
Yeah.
these were some not non-negotiable elements I want was we start off the story with how we were introduced of mutants was young Magneto discovering his powers in the concentration camps. Okay, I'm talking X-Men 2000. Let him struggle, let him pull that gate because that was such a memorable scene, and we need a
yes,
powerful scene to
yes.
start this movie. Two, I loved X-Men First Class. We're gonna grab again Magneto being our villain. He's the one that's doing the like using the bomb military bases to start like the nuclear wars and
Mhm.
grabbing from the first original comics. That's what he basically did is he used a military base as like his operations to start his plans. So I think grabbing from these little movies that we've seen nods to would be a good relationship between old to new. So I think that one would be best. Another non-negotiable, like I said, Cyclops being the leader of the group, not Wolverine. No Wolverine yet. Okay, let me just add that yet. So
Great.
Cyclops as our main one. The last one, our two more is the creation of the Cerebro at the end of at the end, as well as the formation of Magneto's team. So you can see throughout this story that like, okay, Magneto's outnumbered. He needs people on his sides, so that's why it's able to build on a franchise, as well as the creation of Cerebro in order to find our other new mutants that we know and love. You know, so, and lastly, the other non-negotiable and how this cast is gonna work is basically like a TMNT relationship. So we have Charles Xavier, and we have the four boys: Cyclops, Beast, Iceman, and Angel. Just kids, you know, being kids trying to discover their power. But who comes in? Jean Grey. Jean Grey being the only girl in that team, and they're trying to like work it out, like, hey, like boys being boys trying to flirt with this girl, right? But the whole story is just them trying to discover how to be a team, how to grow up, how to lead, and who better way to lead than Cyclops. So it's each member will take up a role, like, oh, maybe Beast being the smartest one can be Donatello kind of attributes. We'll
Mhm.
say Cyclops, obviously Leonardo, Iceman being Mikey, and maybe like Angel having that Raphael esque feeling. So that's the whole story where they're trying to learn how to be a team as well as stop a big baddie, because they have a big responsibility of owning their power. So again, they win they win the fight, blah blah blah. But they learn the idea that they need to be a team in order to stop all these baddies, right? So that happens, and at the end, again, he finds Cerebro. Then all of a sudden, we need more in our group. So that can lead off to finding Storm, Nightcrawler, all those other things. So we plant the seed basically of like having a small cast, and this will later on go into the future. Okay, so that's the whole goal. We need to set ourselves for another good 10 years of good storytelling. We need another Avengers level cast, right? And I feel like X-Men would be the best part to do it. You know, we've seen Avengers come in from separately to being one team, but we need to see where one team growing through the years. So I thought that concept was pretty cool, and with the use of color, Edgar Wright to start it off, then we can build off of that. Will be a great way to introduce the X-Men in the MCU. Thank you, Marvel Studios.
Question.
Sure.
Are you gonna hire a vocal coach for Austin Butler to not sound like Elvis?
You know what? He's a chameleon. Tell him to sound like this, he'll freaking do it.
I'm just kidding. No, it sounds good. It does sound good. And yeah, I think X-Men would have been one way to go too for this reboot. So for X-Men, for me, I like, weirdly, I don't know if you guys even remember this show. You guys ever watch X-Men Evolution?
Yeah, that was the teen one.
The teen one, I like that dynamic so much for some reason. Because, and the one thing that they took away from it that I loved a lot was the whole love triangle crap between Jean, Logan, and Cyclops. The fact that they aged those two down and Logan's the same age did everything so wonderfully, because it's like that whole thing is gone. Now you could just tell a fucking story. They could have a big brother, little brother relationship. Dynamic. And it doesn't have to be bogged down by that crap. And it was so well done. And I just really liked it. And I want him to go that route too. Would have been cool. So yeah, no, I dig your take though. I dig the fact that Magneto by himself, on this one, and that it eventually builds up to, we're not throwing everyone right at your face right away, which is really cool. I didn't get that far in my pitch for my CBM.
I just
No, that was my first pitch. That's why I was like, "Oh, dude, I want to do this one," but I was like, "Fuck, that's a cop out."
I just thought of a movie. Thought of a movie that Adam Driver can be in, and I'm trying to recast the rest of the cast.
Okay. That was me with The Shining. I was like, you know what? I want Jake Gyllenhaal to make this movie a little bit better.
No. So here, this is wild, and it's crazy because it's like one of my favorite movies, right? But like on the Edgar Wright note, like imagine recasting Scott Pilgrim. Gideon as Adam Driver would be great.
I thought you were going to say Scott Pilgrim as fucking...
No. Gideon Adam Driver would be amazing. Like same style, same very. He would totally pull it off. But then as far as recasting all the other X's, and then who would be Scott Pilgrim himself? I can't picture.
No, I can't.
It's hard to fit a bill for.
I can't picture.
Yeah, aside from Michael Cera, it's him. He's Scott Pilgrim.
Exactly.
So.
Damn. So for my Justice League pitch, I was gonna go similar route with. I didn't get as far as casting everyone, but I did. It was kind of tricky because I was kind of trying to come up with ways to do it without thinking about what's coming up, but it was hard because who's cast as Superman now.
Quick question: did you include the Martian in this? No.
Oh yeah. I included them.
Okay, gotcha.
I had Batman, obviously, but Batman wasn't like a main, kind of the same as you with Wolverine not even being in it. For me, Batman was just a background character. Like he did really cool shit, but he never actually is in the forefront of the story until, the franchise moves along. But because I wanted Superman up front and center. But I think what I got stuck on was like, who the fuck do I want for Superman at this point? And because we got David Cornsweet now, and it's hard for me to go back and forth between something that's already coming up and for me to come up with someone else as like my wish list. So I was like, That's why, and it was almost a cop out too. So I was like, oh, you know what, I'll go with somewhere else. And then I came up with the Terminator thing. So I was like,
What was
okay,
the
cool.
story though?
I was like, okay, cool, huh?
What was the story?
And
though?
I think
Yeah.
It was
for,
kind
like,
of like the New 52 start, like how that whole thing
like
started.
they're just already established.
They're
like,
already
heroes.
established because, you know, like I want to catch up to Marvel, but at the same time, I don't want to take too long to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
And at the same time, I want to tell a cool story without throwing everyone right at you. So yeah, I was gonna go that route.
On a side note, you should have went Absolute Batman. Dude.
Fuck you.
Henry Cavill as Absolute Batman?
Henry Cavill as Absolute Batman? Holy shit, actually?
Hey, if you haven't
Can we bring
read
back,
Absolute Batman, dude, check that guy out. That guy big.
Dude, that guy is huge.
Well, yeah, is there anything else before we end this podcast? That was
No,
fun.
I think that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that was good.
I liked it.
I know. Have you read? Go back. Have you read Absolute Superman or anything? The other three?
No, but I do.
There's a Trinity.
I know. I think Absolute Wonder Woman came out, so I do want to try that one. But I don't know. I'm hooked on that Batman shit.
Hey, have you heard about this Absolute series for DC?
I have not. No, I have not.
Yeah, Aaron, if you want to pitch it to him,
I'll
just to let him know what it is.
Basically,
So it's because it's kind of
imagine
in the same vein as a reboot. Like, let's say you reboot
Yeah,
it,
it
but like
is.
you have free reign to do whatever the fuck you
but
want with this character.
imagine Batman just being a middle class citizen, right? So he's a middle class citizen, but he's fucking built like Henry Cavill. So he's not like no, for real.
Okay,
like
I see.
he's
Yeah.
built like Henry Cavill. So but yeah, he still has the IQ, the intelligence and stuff, but like he doesn't have the resources to like I guess get the things that he usually gets, his Batmobile, his other stuff. So he uses just basically what he has in order to create his like costume and stuff. So the cool thing is I guess the coolest thing that I thought was him being able to maneuver around Gotham. So for him to know Gotham, he took odd jobs.
Oh,
He
just
was like
I
a
love that
fucking
one.
construction
Just
worker.
kind
He
of,
worked in the freaking
In the
like the
shadows
water
kind of thing,
lines.
like actually in
Yeah.
the shadows.
I love
yeah, so
that.
he did
I
like
love
all
that
these
part of
odd
it,
jobs in
yeah.
order to navigate like Gotham. So that's
That's cool.
basically the whole thing. And like without I guess another one is like his Batcave is not really a Batcave. It's just like a unfinished building, and he just has like a setup
It's like
there.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
like,
Alfred
that's
is
cool.
not a butler. Alfred is not even in his life yet.
Yeah.
He's a hitman, right? I think.
Yeah. Like he's like an assassin.
Alfred's a hitman. Oh, and his mom's alive.
Yeah.
I
So it
think.
kind of
Yeah,
Interesting.
his mom is
I
alive.
said I said it's kind of like Peter Parker-ish a little bit,
Peter
like
Parker
Spider-Man-ish. So I was like, oh shit, but like a very built Peter Parker guy.
Yeah.
So
It's a Peter Parker
I think,
backstory almost.
yeah. So the ending of the first issue is basically the Joker, but this time the Joker doesn't smile, and he's the billionaire. So I was like, oh fuck,
okay.
that's a like an
Interesting.
interesting take on like how to tell a
Yeah.
Batman story.
Did you
Cool.
read past the first one?
No, but I need to find it to read it. But
Yeah,
I want to try
that's
and
true.
read it.
I do. No, I only watched what you told me to watch, so I was like, okay, cool, I'll check it out. And it's interesting. I mean, you know, it takes away a lot of what makes Batman for me. But it is cool. Like I basically what I said was like it's just basically Punisher in a Batman costume if you think about it. But yeah, it is you know it is a pretty cool way to do that character too. But with that being said,
Thank you
there
for
anything-
listening. Oh,
Yeah.
shit, I thought that was.
Go-
I was gonna say, is there
go for
anything
it.
else? Does anyone want to bring up?
Yeah, is there anything else? We
I think
reviewed
I'm good.
Gladiator.
I think I'm good on that.
Okay, we reviewed Gladiator. We did some movie pitches. Hopefully, you guys listened to it. I thought that was pretty fun. So, with that said, thank you for listening. Again, we are the Spit Talk Podcast, amateur opinions by amateur reviewers. Check out our socials, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
Peace.
Adios.
Quick bites. Hold
on. What the fuck? It's not playing. Oh shit! That's not the one I was trying to play.
You're still recording. Oh my God.